of that for a doorway. 3 meters thick, that's over 20 tons of concrete cement. That's some pretty hefty security right there.
Yes.
I'm joined by Malcolm McEwen. He is the Senior Research Officer here at the Ionizing Radiation Standards Laboratory at the National Research Council. That's quite a mouthful in your title. Yes. I'm loving our little lab coats.
Thank you very much. It was a friend gave me them a few years back.
So. Very appropriate. So why do you need such a thick door to block off the laboratory?
It's all about radiation safety. So the machine that's behind you is a electron linear accelerator that's used to produce intense beams of radiation.
Okay.
And when we're operating it on the other side of that door, we have to make sure that it's perfectly safe for nuclear energy workers like myself, but also visitors like you who are in there. Has to be completely safe.
Yeah.
We need that amount of material to shield the radiation from the people.
Right. Now, Malcolm, what year was this particle accelerator built?
This machine is from the 1960s. The paint scheme perhaps gives it away. It's an old machine, but it's actually cutting edge. It's still being used for fundamental research and also addressing some real needs of the medical physics community in Canada.
Okay.
In the last couple of years, it's been the focus of research for production of technetium-99m, which is the radioisotope that's produced at Chalk River. So we're looking to address some of the issues of when that reactor has to be shut down, if and when, to make sure that Canadians have access to radioisotopes they need for diagnostic purposes.
Okay, and what types of people are these machines affecting? Who are they helping?
Everybody. We're talking cancer is a disease which sort of affects everybody in Canada. Typically the numbers in Canada are about 70,000 cancer patients, new cancer patients every year, and about half of those, so 35,000 people, receive radiation as some form of treatment to treat that cancer.
Right.
The 70,000 may have actually diagnostic treatments as well to determine what kind of procedure is required. So radiation is used extensively in the medical field.
Okay, now over the last sort of 50 years, the look of this machine has changed slightly. So if we can watch our heads and move this way, the machine that we're about to look at, what's the difference between that, between the machine that we're about to look at and the particle accelerator we just saw?
Behind the covers, it's basically the same. The machine that we're going to look at here is a clinical machine, so it's very similar to what you would see in a cancer centre. If you went to the Ottawa Hospital, you would see the same kind of device.
Right.
Underneath all of the fiberglass, it's basically the same technology. It's been updated, of course, miniaturized, the advantage of the years going by, but otherwise the principles and what it produces are exactly the same. It's the radiation comes out of here, and in a cancer centre you would have a patient directly in front of you, and they would be irradiated to kill the tumour.
And in this case, why are you using a container of water instead of a patient? Okay,
so for radiation purposes, we're very, very close to being water. We're 80% water. Soft tissue, where our cancers usually are for tumours that are being treated with radiation, we're about 90% water. So a water tank is actually an ideal analogue, substitute for a human being for doing measurements of radiation.
Excellent work that you're doing here, Malcolm. Thank you so much for giving us a tour this morning. I know it's so tough to squish in all of the work that you've been doing in a description of these machines in such a short amount of time, but I'm sure to appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, stick around, guys. There's still plenty more to come from the National Research Council on CTV Morning Live.